Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. It is Tuesday. We are here in Wurm Online as usual. We are going to go and explore an area that I've never been to in the game before. And seeing a lot of familiar faces. Hello Hawkwind, I can see you lurking there in the background. Always nice to see you. And of course Friendly Kitten, it was so sweet of you to say that you were just wondering when this wonderful stream was going to start. And by the way, Friendly Kitten, that excellent Craft the World tip that you gave me in my last stream about using the magic light on the background, I actually included that in this video that I was talking about. So I did publish that video yesterday, and thanks again so much for mentioning that. I thought that was just a great tip that I had never, I'd always tried to cast the magic light onto tiles, and I was just like, this thing doesn't work at all. And hello Puddlefoot, nice to see you as well. And hello there Bam Balam, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you here around before. I think I would definitely remember that name. That is an unforgettable name that you have there. So welcome to the stream. Are you a Wurm player as well? No worries, Friendly Kitten. So how were your Craft the World adventures going, by the way? So anyhow, guys, for those of you, if there's anyone here in the stream who does not know what we're looking at, this is Wurm Online, a sandbox MMO that I've been playing for over 6 years. This is my go-to MMO out of all of the MMOs that are currently running. And yeah, this is my island that you can see here on the left-hand side, my horse market, and this boat that I have built with my own 2 hands. So in Wurm you can own land, you can build buildings of any kind of design you wish. You build them bit by bit, and you can build your own ships and go sailing the seas. And what we do every Tuesday here on my stream is we do this Wurm Roulette thing where we choose a random location that I've never been to in Wurm, because Wurm is a huge, vast amount of land. There is just so much to explore in this game that I honestly, in all these years that I've been playing the game, I have not even seen a fraction of it. So that's why I decided to start up this Wurm Roulette series that would, force me to get out of my comfort zone, get out of my island, go exploring, see the landscapes, see what other people have done, how they have constructed their deeds. And by deed, I mean a plot. In Wurm, we call it a deed, which is like an area of land that you own. So anyhow, the way that we choose the location we're going to go to is that I have put together this map, this handy dandy map right here. And the blue circles that you see are all of the Wurm Roulette locations that we've visited over the past Tuesdays. So I have been religiously doing this every single Tuesday now for a few months. So let me actually count how many circles we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So my goodness, that's 5 months, isn't it? 5 times 4. No, hold on. Yeah. No, hold on. Yes, that is, that would be like 5 months, wouldn't it? I'm not the best at math. What can I say? Anyhow, what you see here are all of the Freedom servers, which is equivalent to PvE servers. And Wurm also has PvP servers, but I really haven't dealt with those very much. And the island that we're just departing from over here is what we see down below. That's my little spot in this world. And so yeah, these blue dots are the places we were in the past Tuesdays. The other blue areas are areas I've just explored on my own during my adventures in Wurm. And what we do is we press this button, this pick destination button, and it will plonk down a marker on a random spot. Now, obviously, if when we press this, if it goes into the water or onto any of those blue areas, we're not going to go there since we've already seen that place. So let's just get right to it. I'm all prepared for today's stream, and we'll just press the button. 3, 2, 1, pick destination. And we ended up on Xanadu. Okay, I'm trying to think now. I think this is far enough that it is worth going to explore this place. I have never seen this lake, for instance, I don't think. So let me think now. Let's go there. Let's go to Xanadu. Well, in other words, we're staying on Xanadu, actually. And you know what? Since we're staying on Xanadu, that means I could take a branded horse with me. So let me just unfurl this sail here, and we're just going to go and catch, not catch, but rather fetch a branded horse. Which means that if something happens to me, if I die, for instance, the horse will just stay put and nobody will be able to steal it. It'll be safe and sound. That is the advantage to having a branded horse. So basically a horse which is branded to my island. If I were to go to one of the other servers, that would not have worked again, unless I would have had it branded to some kind of deed over there. But I don't own any deeds on any other servers, so yeah, I think we'll go and grab a branded horse then if we're going to be staying on Xanadu. And I'm just going to crash right into this shoreline. I'm not even going to bother with the anchor right now. And we'll just go and I'll just unload this creature cage. And we're going to take this horse out. And we're going to go grab one of my branded horses instead. So yeah, it is morning time here in Wurm. Very early in the morning, so it could not be any better time to start the stream and start our adventure. So we won't have to be going exploring in the darkness, at least in the beginning. And so, Friendly Kitten, your Craft the World adventures are going okay. You started one with no tech tree sandbox just to check it out. So did you get any kind of picture of which one you prefer, with sandbox or with just like the tech tree version? I can't decide myself. I think they're both fun for different reasons. And Bambalam, you have no idea what Wurm is. I see. We're going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship. Hello, Pergy. Xanadu. Actually, Pergy, you would be very, very happy to hear that. Oh my gosh, we have a dead horse over here. Let's just bury this poor thing. I wonder if it has a saddle. No, it's one of the mares. Pergy, you would be happy to hear that actually somebody contacted me on Discord and they were like, hey, Cats, I started, somebody I didn't know, I started playing Wurm Online, and why is it so laggy? He asked me. So I'd never spoken to the person before, and they were like, what can I do about this lag? And then so the first thing I suggested, of course, was to check the graphics settings. And then I asked, you wouldn't happen to be playing on the server of Xanadu, would you? And sure enough, Pergy, he was playing on Xanadu, and so I said to him, he had already tried like lowering the graphics settings, and that hadn't helped. So I guess it must have been the case of Xanadu, the famous Xanadu lag. Now, I am here on Xanadu myself. Sometimes Xanadu does get a little bit laggy. I will not lie. It does. But for the most part, I think the server is just fine. I love the vastness of Xanadu. It is the largest PvE server in the game. So we have to make a plan, guys. So we're departing from this island, and we have to get over here. What route should we take? Let's go over here, actually. So I think, let me just check the direction of the wind, weather. A strong breeze is coming from the north, of course. And it's the north that we have to go to, so that's not very good luck, is it? I think what we'll do is we'll go into this little cove, and then we'll go by foot over to this area. And we have to take a screenshot of that, by the way. But yeah, let's get our ship going in the correct direction, unfurl the sail completely. I'll just turn off the UI here, and we can just enjoy the scenery as we sail towards a little bit north here on Xanadu. And so yeah, Bambalam, I would love to hear how you ended up here on my channel. Yeah, we can actually dig through the mountains here in Wurm. We can do that. Wurm is... So this mountain, for instance, you can see actually somebody has made a tunnel over there. There's a tunnel over there and there as well. And of course, on my island, I also have tunnels. In fact, I've hollowed out my entire mountain there just to find all the ore veins. Yeah, so Bambalam, tell me all about yourself. What kind of games do you like to play? How did you find my stream? And so you had never heard of Wurm before, had you? So I can just explain a little bit about this game. So first of all, it's a very old MMO. It was released in 2006. And for anyone who doesn't know anything about Wurm at all, I'm sorry guys, I have a little bit of a dry voice today. I'm not quite sure what's up with that. Let me just get a sip of water. It must be it must be like listening to sandpaper today. Very cheap because you play on Lagadoo. I haven't heard of that one before. Lagadoo, that is hilarious. Very cheap. You should have. I did tell him that not to play on Xanadu. So he asked me, so how can I get off? How can I get out of here? And I told him that. Well, I was assuming at the time that he had a brand new character that he just rolled. But I said to him, well, you're probably going to have to get somebody who's going to be traveling to another server to see if you can hitch a ride with them. But I said to him that, you know, if you've just rolled your character, you're probably easier off just creating a new character on on one of the other servers. And but then he told me that actually his character was one that was given to him by a friend, so it had skills and stuff like that. So I'm guessing he's gonna have to hitch a ride with someone instead then. And what was I gonna say? Hello Draco, a big Texas-sized hug. Thank you so much for that hug. And oh yes, I was explaining about Wurm. So yeah, an MMO, old MMO, launched in 2006, and an interesting bit of like background about this game. You know, I always say this, of course, when I'm sort of introducing the game, but basically, Wurm was first created by a duo, two Swedish guys, buddies, friends, that decided to make a sandbox MMO together, and which was, of course, Wurm Online, if you hadn't guessed that already. And at some point, they sort of they sort of wanted to see a different future for the game, so they had different ideas of how it should go forward. Rolf, who was one of the Swedish guys, he wanted to stick with what the plan was so far, with what Wurm was, and the other guy, Notch, he decided that he wanted something different, so he left the Wurm team and he went off and he created Minecraft later on. So So actually, Wurm does have some very similar aspects to Minecraft in the way that you can terraform the land, you can change the biomes. It's also tile based as well. So yeah, that's a little bit of an interesting backstory to this game, and Notch is still mentioned in the credits as well, of course. So Friendly Kit, you think the tech tree is okay, but it is a lot of things, and the crafting menu is very messy apart from other games you play. Yeah, Friendly Kit, you know, one thing I don't really like about the crafting menu in Craft the World is that there's inconsistencies, I find. So here's a good example. For instance, the lights and the, oh look guys, there's somebody is living up there actually. So there's inconsistencies, and how did that get over there? Like, I have to ask, how did this wagon get over here? How did that get over there? I don't get it. That is a mystery. But anyhow, yeah, the Craft the World inconsistencies. So the fact that the lamps and lanterns, like the light sources, are in two different tabs. You've got them in the decoration place where you have the furniture, and then you also have them in the sort of where there's utilities and other structures. It's a little bit inconsistent. Oh, by the way, Friendly Kitten, and anyone else here who plays Craft the World. So Friendly Kitten, you were there on my Craft the World stream when we saw what a deflating and boring ending it was to the custom game, because the portal did nothing, right? So I actually complained about that on the Steam discussions, and you know what they did? The devs answered, and they're going to do a change for it now. They are going to put, like, they're talking about some kind of statistics thing when you wrap up a custom game. How awesome is that? It was totally worth complaining. So yeah, I was really, really like happy about that, because this problem, it's been that way for many years now. And years ago when I played Craft the World, I was really frustrated by that aspect of the custom games, and I was just as much as I was now. So it's awesome that they actually were paying attention and that they're actually going to do something about that. I'm so happy. Let's see what else we have here. Bam, you would be the mighty dwarf known as Bam Ironhammer. I see, mysterious. Perry G, if you consider dying a lot an adventure. And Draco, you have played Dark Souls, dying is living. And hello, Mr. Quisto, nice to see you. How are you doing? How is your week, the beginning of your week gone so far? Dying a lot is good, builds character, says Mr. Quisto. As a newbie at least. And hello, Sapphire, nice to see you. No worries at all, Sap. Honestly, to be quite honest, Sap, like, just knowing myself, how little, life is busy. I am embarrassed to say that there are like so many streams I would love to watch myself. It's just like too many things to do and too little time. That's just like a constant problem. I think we all go through this same thing, don't we? And I do believe we need to go around that part over there. So if we look at this map, where we're going right now is we're sailing right over there. Let me actually just open the map here instead so you guys can see a little bit better. So here we are on Xanadu, and we have departed from my island, which is right there. Oh, we need to do the map, by the way. And we've been sailing along this area here. And we need to get around this little bend. So these mountains that we're seeing here are the ones you can see right there. And my island well, we can see it off in the distance over there. Yeah, and I need to update the map before we lose the location here on that. So let's just put it into Photoshop as usual and update it onto the stream. So let's see, Xanadu right there. And we'll put the Xanadu title there as well. Yeah, okay, and we'll just save that quickly. And let's make sure that that updates. Good. Good, good. And we can just shut Photoshop down. So, yeah, and our destination today, let's just mark that here on the map as well. There seems to be these squidgely shaped areas, kind of interesting looking actually. They look like little starfishes, or very strange like shape those ones are. Oh, and you know what we should look at while we're sailing? Hello, Silent Pepe, nice to see you. Thank you so much for the host. How are you doing today, Silent Pepe? Always a joy to see you. So let's just mark it right there. Add annotation. So what we need to do actually, while we're sailing, we could have a look. They just released the map dumps, and I haven't checked them out yet. So we could do that while we're sailing. Let's just have a look here. Map dumps 2020. Okay, let's see. So this is, you can check them out over here. Okay. Let's see about, we can have a look at my island to begin with, at least. Xanadu and isometric. So there we go. This is the newest dump map. I never really quite. I always sort of stumble on that term. So there's my island right there, and I can see the changes compared to last year's dump map. Let me just zoom in a little bit also with the browser. There's the horse market, so that has updated, and my crop area. So at least this thing was not there a year ago. So it has indeed updated. Oh, and also my new pastures as well. This used to go in like tiers. I used to have like an orchard, yes, an apple orchard. I used to have like on like leveled areas over there. Thank you so much for the follow, Jaka42, and welcome to the stream. Are you a Wurm player as well? So yeah, interesting guys. Let me just share this link with you if anyone wants to go and check out these dump maps. Let's just go over here. I'm just going to give you guys the link as well. And Silent Pepper, you are good. You need to pick up your boy from school in a bit. Okay, no worries. Yeah, and let's just check what you guys are saying. So Bambalam, if you don't live in the safety of a mountain hold, you're strange. Oh, Bambalam, you would be delighted to hear. You would be delighted to hear that I have been working on a dwarven underground fortress, a city in Wurm Unlimited. What do you say to that? And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Let me just see if I can find the screenshots that I saved of it. Let's see, where the heck did I save them to? I think I saved them to Wurm Online and screenshots. Hopefully, or else I just threw them in some random. No, where the heck did I put them? Well, I think in the very least where I can find them is the Wurm Unlimited. No, the Wurm screenshots thread. Let's go there. There I know they are for sure. And this is just for you, Bambalam, just for you. Let's see. Town Square. No, where was it again? Here we go. The Artisan's Bench. The screenshots thread. And I would guess that they would be on around this page. Somewhere about there. Probably earlier. Yeah, I think on an earlier page perhaps. Or would they be later? Oh, that's a beautiful picture of a jackal. My goodness. Beautiful. Or are they on a later page? I don't think so. No, they're probably even earlier. Let's go to 117. Oh, there's a very old picture of Wurm. I think we looked at that page already. Goodness, do they just go so fast? These screenshot pages that I have completely lost track of where. Oh my goodness. Let me think. If I search in this thread for brazier, I think I will find it. This topic, brazier. No. Wurm Unlimited. How can it be so hard to find my own screenshots? This topic. And now, of course, it's going to tell me that you can't do a search so quickly. Oh, hold on. There we go. There we go. So, this is just for you. This is just for you. Bambalam, a dwarven underground fortress built in Wurm Unlimited, which is the standalone version of Wurm. So this is the kind of thing you can do in Wurm. You can do this in Wurm Online as well. Absolutely. I think the only thing, if you were to do this in Wurm Online, the only difference would be you would have to connect smaller buildings to one another with bridges using like little archways. But otherwise, this is completely feasible in Wurm Online as well. So this sounds like the game for you, Bambalam. You could make your own dwarven fortress. Imagine that right inside. And that, like, these screenshots, they're from inside of a mountain, by the way. So, so there you go. Now let's just catch up with what you guys are saying here. And Friendly Kit, you were saying about Craft the World that would give more of an achievement feeling, that if you want to finish the custom maps, you go through the portal, find all the pieces. Yes, indeed. And Sapphire, thank you very much for asking. I'm doing absolutely fine. Trying to get my sleeping schedule back on track. Doing kind of okay-ish. And Sap, this is Wurm Online, Sandbox MMO. And Jacka, I am doing absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. How are you doing? And how did you end up here on this stream? And tell me all about yourself. And Mr. Kvisto, you were just checking the differences on the map dump. It's interesting to see the differences from year to year. Yeah, you know what would be really cool to do, like an animated GIF of of like the differences, you know, for instance, of one's own deed or the neighborhood. So Jaka is asking, and is it Jasa or Jaka, like with a hard C or a soft C? And you're asking, is Wurm Online and Unlimited share, do they share the same engine? I would assume that the engine is, I guess you would call it engine, right? Java? No, I'm not quite sure. I guess they made their own engine, but using Java. That would probably be the right way to say it. But they're run on separate versions, yes, because Wurm Online, Jasa, is hard C, okay, Jaka. So Wurm Online is the MMO version run by the official Wurm team on, you know, the official Wurm servers, which has been running nonstop since 2006. Whereas they thought to themselves that, you know what, let's actually make a standalone version where players can make their own worlds and their own servers, and then they can modify them if they want. And that's why they made Wurm Unlimited for Steam. So, and actually Wurm Online, even though you can't play it off Steam right now, and you never have been able to play Wurm Online on Steam, Wurm Online is coming to Steam this year, actually. So they're going to be opening 2 new servers, a PvE and a PvP server on Steam this year. And then we will have both Wurm Unlimited and Wurm Online on Steam. So players will be able to either play the official version or else go and make their own server or play on their friend's server or whatever they want to do over there. Bambalam, Davi best raise shields up. Davi bestest hold shields up. And Jaka, you are doing great now that you're eating spaghetti. Oh my goodness. Spaghetti is the best. Do you put parmesan, grated parmesan on your spaghetti, Jaka? And you found my channel when you were looking around for footage for Wurm Unlimited on Steam. I see. Sapphire. Using the little wondering emoji there. And I was pretty much the first one you found, still posting regular Wurm content, and also found the stream in the process. Cool, Jaka. Well, you know, I think there are several like Wurmians who still create content for Wurm. For instance, Bloody Drongo, he has his Wurm Wednesday every single Wednesday. Most of the time at least. And then the Factional Fight Brothers, of course, they are probably the most famous Wurm content creators, and they're still around. They haven't been so active lately, but I do know that they will be giving the new Steam servers a spin when they are released. So I've been talking to Adam. He comes and watches. Is that Chabney up there? I do spy with my little eye something starting with C. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to get our spy glass out. And I betcha, Chabney is using his spyglass. Yes, he is. Chabney, I saw you. I see you having a look there. Oh my gosh. I wonder if I can wave to him from up here. Emotes, wave. There we go. Oh my goodness, Chabney. Chabney sees all. Yeah, in one of the streams, we actually went and visited Chabney's this house inside. I like your architecture, by the way, Chabney. That is very interesting. I like the little arches that you've got going on there. Very interesting. I like it. How you have them. I don't remember seeing that last time. That's new, isn't it? Very interesting way to do that, actually. And it kind of reminds me, Chabney, of those arches I used as sort of like supports also. You know, you remember the Ultima Nostalgia project? Let me just show you very quickly. So I'll show you guys very quickly. Let me just grab it here on the other browser. So, most of you here who have been to my streams before know about this Ultima Nostalgia project, where I'm recreating Ultima Online's map in Wurm Unlimited. But what I wanted to show you, Chabney, actually was the tower. So here is the tower. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the large tower in Wurm. I mean, in Ultima Online. So you see the supports there. I was trying to figure out how to do those wings that the tower has. So let's just have a look at that Ultima Online tower one more time. How that looks actually. Hold on. Where did it go? There it is. So you see, it has these wings, and I had to figure out how to do the supports for that, or like how to make it work in Wurm, right? So I used those same arches also, but that's the first time I've actually seen those used by anyone in Wurm Online, and so that was really, really cool to see that on your house. I really like those. Let me just have another look at that actually. I really like it. It's kind of, it looks like a futuristic modern home, but in a cool way that somehow suits the game. That's it. Yeah, this reminds me of it feels to me like if this were be in real life, some super duper rich, high profile artsy art director or something like that would own a home like this, that could possibly be like an old factory that was then the depth of field, or rather the LOD, the level of detail went out there. But yeah, it reminds me of what a sort of fancy schmancy art director would own, that maybe they had converted an old factory into a super, modern, what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with C. When it's sort of like a urban, modern, slick style. Contemporary? Is that the word I'm looking for? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's what comes to mind, basically. It is an interesting use of arch walls. I agree, Mr. Kvisto. Very cool. And Jacob42, oh snap, good to see Wurm expanding further. Yes, indeed. And Perry G, Wurm Unlimited always received updates after online, but now with the Steam release of online, they're cutting all support for Unlimited and it will not receive any further updates. Perry G, wasn't it so that they will at least receive bug fixes and some minimal stuff to make sure that it's running smoothly? I don't think it was 100% that they're cutting off, but they're not going to get any of the cool updates, graphical updates and stuff like that, or new items or anything like that. But the sort of maintenance updates, at least from what I understood. And J-Cut, you couldn't afford the monthly subscription, but you could afford the one-time purchase of Wurm Unlimited. Yes, that definitely, I've heard many say that same thing, J-Cut, that is that Wurm Unlimited is really great for that kind of thing, for sure. And sometimes you put Parmesan on. If you're feeling lazy, you just eat it as it is. And what do you guys think about... so I have this spaghetti sauce recipe that I always use, that I found from an American cookbook many years ago, and I've been using it all these years, and it has brown sugar in it. What do you guys think of that? Should spaghetti sauce have brown sugar or not? Oh yes, that's true, Baobus, that Absurdities does videos of Wurm Online as well. Yes, there are several of us actually, so yeah, I don't think I'm the only one, that is for sure. Yeah, exactly, Sap. Looks like an old factory. Yes, and yeah, what I meant to say about Chabney's house is oh my god. Oh my god, the the decorations, the furnishing Chabney has going on inside his house are mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. I can't remember which episode it was, Chabney, when we went to go and see your house. It was one of the Xanadu ones, obviously. But if you want to see the insides of Chabney's house, check out one of the Wurm Roulette videos where we go to Xanadu in this particular area. And we did a whole tour of Chabney's house inside, and it was just mind-blowing. Such good taste, such attention to detail. It was really, really nice, really inspiring. Chabney likes a more steampunk style. The blue chimneys spew pollution into the sky after dusk. Hello there, Con36. Welcome to the stream. And Sap, without pollution, it's not steampunk. That is true. And Bam says, as Dowie do, like steam powers the forges. And Jaka, oh, brown sugar, an interesting ingredient. Yeah, it sort of balances the sort of sour and salty taste, the sourness of the tomato, and the salty flavor. It kind of works. Not too much, of course. It's just like if you were to make enough spaghetti sauce for, you know, the family, it would be just like one tablespoon of brown sugar in there. And Friendly Kitten, you always put a sweet thing into your tomato sauce. Generally, you don't care what it is as long as it gives a sweet taste to the dish. And Sap, brown sugar is best with onions, makes it caramelize. You know, I've never tried that. I've never tried that. Look at all these horses, by the way. What is up with all of these horses all over the place? There's just these gray horses. What the heck? All over the place. And you go to Independence and it'll be really, really hard to find a single horse anywhere. And Sir Chabney has made many improvements to the building, much expansion and additions to the Museum of Archaeology. Oh my goodness, Chabney. And many more carpets, of course. And Sap, donkeys? No, actually Wurm doesn't have any donkeys, which I think it would be quite cute if they introduced some donkeys into the game, to be quite honest. And there's even, oh, that's a bull. I was going to say that there's even a corpse of a horse over there, but that was just a bull just laying on its side. And look at that. That looks weird. Let's just go and have a little bit of a look at this thing. Maybe it will start to make sense once we get closer. And actually, guys, you know what? I know some of you have seen that Introduction to Wurm Online video that I did many years ago. It was actually along this shoreline that we were sailing in that video. It was my first video where I actually spoke out loud. I wonder if this is... Don't tell me that this is an abandoned deed, guys. Let's have a look. There are walls coming down. So you see these holes in the walls? That means that they are in the process of rotting away. And some of the walls are already missing as well. So nature is taking its toll now. Let's go and have a look if there's anything over here. But I'm pretty sure, with Chabney just living nearby, I'm pretty sure Chabney's already looted this place dry, because of course Chabney is a fellow treasure hunter, as like myself, who likes to loot these old deeds that people have given up. And Sap, the game looks really interesting. You'll check it out. Nice, Sap. Well, it's a sandbox MMO, so basically anything you want to do, you can do. It doesn't have any quests. There is, of course, like starting tutorial quests, but that's different. But it's very unlike a game like World of Warcraft, where, you know, the quests sort of lead you along a journey. In here, in a sandbox MMO, you yourself decide completely what you want to do. Well, you're a Foundation player, so you know what that's like. So you shouldn't have any problem with that side of things. But let's have a look here and see what's going on with this place. So some of the walls have already come down. My horse is still faithfully following. Let me actually get on its back here. But I don't see any like crates or... Oh, there's one chest. Does it have anything in it? One boat lock. Oh my gosh. How is it possible that there's this abandoned... Look at all those horses in a clump over there. What is up with these horses on Xanadu today? So it's interesting that such a big house, and yet there aren't any like crates or BSBs or... Because usually what happens is that and there's an old rusty key as well, a gate key. So what usually happens when a deed becomes abandoned is that pretty much the first thing to go is usually going to be, well, I know what explains it actually. It's because it's stone walls, so they last quite a long time actually. So that could be it. But usually it's like all the crates and BSBs and furniture that's left behind after the walls go down. So it's a little bit... Maybe those walls were like originally very high quality. Let me just check the quality of these. If they were very high quality, then I guess they could outlive the... Quality 67. 66. Well, it's, you know, it's kind of okay-ish, I guess. So the quality goes from 0 to 100, so, you know, it's almost 70, so maybe that kind of explains it, I'm not sure. Interesting. Or maybe Chabney's just looted the place dry already. That's probably the explanation, isn't it? Chabney was seen in the vicinity hauling something away to his ship. I knew it, Chabney. I knew it. Well, it's good that you collected the stuff and it's safe and sound with you now. And Sap, yes, there most likely is some Skyrim music in this playlist. Most likely is. Because I have like game soundtracks and sort of beautiful game soundtrack music in this playlist. Perry G. Malena, the deed looter. So for those who don't know, Malena is the name of my character here in the game. And Mr. Quisto, that worm introduction video was how you first found Worm to begin with. Aw, really, Mr. Quisto? You probably might have mentioned that at some point, but I wouldn't have remembered. That's really sweet. And the rest is history, right, Mr. Quisto? And Jacob, how did he get a seal? What? Ah, well, the game does have seals. I forget what year they were introduced. They weren't in the game. I don't think they were around when I first started Wurm. But they were introduced at some point, and the baby seals are like little white ones as well. They're super cute. So, Mr. Quista, you're saying that a 70 quality stone wall will last for a year or two? Seriously? Oh, okay. So that means that those walls have been... Isn't that amazing, by the way, guys? Think about that. Think about that. Something you build, if you get your skills up high enough to build a 70 quality wall, and you stop playing the game, those walls that you built with your own two hands, even if you left the game and you abandoned your deed, they may still be up and standing 2 years later. Isn't that amazing? That's just mind-boggling, I think. Mind-boggling. So we're gonna go over there. I do believe that we are now... Let me think now. Where the heck are we, by the way? Let's just have a look at the map here. So, I think we probably came through this area now. Or are we already? I don't think we're here yet. That was like a rather flat area. Let me check what direction we're facing right now. East. Okay. So that could be, it could be this thing right here that we just came through. It used to be, I could swear that this thing used to be flat. But it could be, yeah, there's the mountain over there. That's right. It is actually. This, isn't that so, Chabney? Remember when this area used to be kind of flat? So somebody has completely transformed this area. And I remember in that worm introduction video, we were just talking about bridges actually when we came through this area, and it was like a flat area. And then I dipped around to the left. And I was approaching this area during that video, and I was talking about bridges. And back in that video, that bridge was not even existing. It was just a flat area, a very shallow area. Yeah, I think I know now where we're going. And hello there, A-Well Live. Welcome to the stream. Bam, bam, Dawi holds never crumble. And that house, oh, is that decaying as well? That looks a little bit brownish right now. Let me just check. No, it's looking absolutely fine. There seems to be a beautiful house up there as well. Summerlee's Villa. That sounds lovely. And that's Ales, whatever that means. And what do we have up here? A stone fence. Okay. Oh, an impressive guard tower. Those are really quite intimidating looking. Those black ones. So, let me look at this map again. So we need to get over here. So we need to just go directly east. And Sap, you love the houses surrounded by trees. Yeah. Yeah, it's, and the lovely thing about Wurm, Sap, is that you can decide yourself completely what kind of landscape you want. So players can technically build a mountain, or else they can decimate a mountain by surface mining it down to the sea level if they wanted to. They can create an island in the middle of the water. They can terraform and shape the land, plant trees, or change it to change. If somebody wanted to, let's say if somebody owned this entire area here, they could literally change it all to sand and build some pyramids if they wanted to. That's the freedom of this game. It's quite amazing. And I think somebody's probably living up there because you can see these sort of like sharp peaks. Let me have a look at that. We should look at the dump map actually and see. That sort of gives me the feeling that there might be somebody up there. Let's just look on the dump map. Let's see. So we are... Yeah, this has been transformed quite a bit. Thank you for the follow, A will live. So yeah, looks like somebody is living up there. I do believe this mountain right here, let me just get out of this spyglass. This mountain, I think, is this one. And those corners that we see are because somebody has a place up here. Oh, they have like a little... Is that like a helicopter landing spot supposed to be that they've done just for the dump map? That's pretty cute. And then those houses that we just saw over there are, well, unfortunately, they're kind of in the darkness here of the shadow. And then this thing, I do believe is... Let me just figure this out now. There's all this pottery. Could it possibly be this? I wonder if I'm... Let me just actually look at the... Xanadu... And we'll look at the... Well, this one we could look at. Where are we? We are here. I'm trying to see... I'm looking at these patches of greenery over here. And that looks like it would match. Yeah, I do believe we're in the right spot, aren't we? And that would be that spot over there, I do believe. Hopefully I'm on the right track here. And there's a road going up there. And there seems to be a road going right up there as well. Yeah, I think we're on the right track. And here's this mountain. You can see a patch of red. I do believe that might be that. Oh, look at that. There's some kind of like really high road up there, I'm guessing. I wonder what that is. I'm not sure though. I'm just looking at the shoreline and there's so many docks and I'm just wondering if I'm in the right spot. Oh, hold on. You see these things here? I'm guessing that that's those things. These up here, high up on the ledge. Whatever those are meant to be. Maybe I am in the right spot. And here we can see on the shoreline some sandy spots, which probably are those. Do those shapes look... Yeah, that one right there is probably that one. Yeah, okay, I think we're in the right spot. So here's some marsh, and there's some marsh right there. Okay, we are... And there's some sand, and a few tunnels, which I'm guessing is these black dots over here. Okay, I'm not concerned anymore. I do think we're going in the right direction. It's been ages though. Here's the thing about Wurm, guys. So for those who are not Wurm players, since players shape and change the land on a constant basis, you can come to a spot like this. Like I haven't been here well, I'm not going to say years. It hasn't been that long, but let's just say probably over a year is the last time I've sailed through this area. No, it hasn't. Surely it hasn't. Well, it could be that long. It could be, yeah. But anyhow, the point is that sometimes the place changes so much that you're like, huh? Do I recognize this place anymore? Let me just see here. that little dot over there, see sand with a marsh in the middle? Sand, one dot of marsh in the middle. Yes, we're right on track. Okay, good. And Jaka is asking, can you hire NPCs to protect your land? You can absolutely do that, yes. You can pay as part of your rent. You can pay the salary, shall we say, of the spirit guards. You can decide how many guards you want, and they will automatically kill any aggressive mobs that come to your land. You don't have to do anything. They will just take care of everything on your behalf. But if you don't want to pay for guards, you can also build a guard tower. Like we saw that black guard tower a little bit earlier. If you build a guard tower on your deed, the only difference is they will spawn guards. The higher quality the tower, the more guards it will spawn. But you will then have to command them to actually attack. So that's a fine difference there. And Puddlefoot Cats, your Craft the World video is super nice, but you're surprised I didn't voice over it. I have such a pleasant voice. Oh, thank you so much, Puddlefoot. Yeah. I think for the sort of energy that I wanted to have in that video, Puddle, the problem with when if I do that type of video where I'm like, I think a good example is the worm, the crazy things you can do in a worm video. There I'm actually speaking, but I don't think it has that same sort of fast-paced, energetic feel as I wanted to get for this Craft the World video. I wanted it to be short and snappy and fast and just, you know, bam, 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 50. So it's called 50 tips and tricks for Craft the World. And I think it was, what was it, 6 minutes? So it was a very short, very fast video. And I just wanted it to have that kind of energy, and it's probably actually a little bit too hectic in some spots. Like you can just barely catch what's actually happening there. But yeah, for my voice, I don't think that would have really worked for that. And Mr. Quisto, it looks like, oh, like foundations for a bridge. I think you're right, Mr. Quisto. Yeah. Jake, and this is how you accidentally stumble into a new continent, indeed. And bam, it's kind of like your gold stash, constantly changing. Oh my gosh, gold stash. There's another guard tower over there, and so here we can see... I can't see actually this little bit of land for the obelisk on the map, which is a bit strange. A little bit strange. Do we see a little island? Yeah, so that island is this one right here. We're gonna sail into this harbor here. I do believe there used to be, I'm not sure if there still is, but there used to be a market over here. I'm not sure if it's up and running anymore though. But yeah, this was the area that we were sailing along in that video, the Introduction to Wurm Online video. It has changed so much over the years. It looks completely different. And that island, I think, is a very nice size for an island. It's not too big, not too small. I don't think I would like to live on an island like that myself, because I would definitely want to have like a nice mountain going on for some proper mining. I'm sure that has some rock tiles in it so for some mining, but I definitely like my mountains, that's for sure. And this is looking pretty impressive over here, my goodness. Yeah, Jake, sorry, I forgot to mention that the guard towers you build yourself, And thank you for filling in, Perry G there. Indeed, you can just build them for free and you don't have to pay anything for those guards. But then there's the downside of you having to command them when a mob comes and attacks. What is going on over here? Look at all this stuff. You've got a cross over there. Got this huge colossus. There's a lots going on over here, my goodness. It looks like many deeds, like it's a complete neighborhood of different people living in this area. And somebody's working on a huge... is that like a shipyard or what the heck is that thing? Let's just have a closer look. Barefoot Warehouse, Kingsport Shipyard, yes. So it looks like they're, or no, maybe it's not, maybe it's already built. And because I was looking at this, but it's actually a finished wooden bridge. At first I was looking at it like the bridge is like, you know, a stone one that they're still working on, but no, it's actually a wooden one. Huh. So we're gonna park our ship. Let's at least go and look at that shipyard. I want to see what it looks like inside. Hello there, Ahika. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Styx. Nice to see you back again. How are you doing today? Bam. Yes, my child. Yeah, there are sharks indeed, Jacob, for sure. And Jacob ate too much. And Sap, you love this port. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, it has like a palisade gate. Interesting. You don't see that with a shipyard very often. So there looks like they're... Let me just pull the... Let's just pull the sail in. So you see that? There's an unfinished chestnut caravel being worked on in there. So somebody's making the largest ship in Wurm. So I think we shall park the old ship. I need to find a... Well, actually we don't... It doesn't really matter where we park it because we don't have to unload a creature cage this time since we do have our horse just following us behind. So I think I'll just wiggle into this little spot over here. I do love that you can now just press these buttons. I'm so glad that they fixed that or like improved that. And we shall moor our ship right here. Okay, horsey, I hope you're still with me. You better be. Good, good horse. And let me actually put some horseshoes on this guy. On this black stallion. And I have a better saddle as well that I can give him. A bridle for his face. Some horseshoes. And a better saddle. Because this one doesn't have any enchantments on it, so we'll put the one with the enchantments to make it. He will just run a little bit faster with the enchanted version. So where did it go? Over here. Let's put that one on his back. And we'll just leave the other saddle here in the boat. Since I don't want that to be weighing me down. Good. And yeah, we shall... I don't actually need that mixed grass either, to be honest, because we don't have to tame our horse today. And let's just eat up and drink up before we head out. Just make sure everything is, and we have some cotton with us. I think we should, yeah, we do have everything we need for our journey. And let's have a look at... Oh, hold on. I still need to drink some more, don't I? Okay, and let's have a look at the map quickly. So we have just arrived here, right there, and we're going to head northeast up to go to this, our target location today. Oh, you know what I forgot, guys? I forgot to take a sign with me. And again, I forgot this, just like last time. So do I have... We're now again in the same situation that we were last time, that I don't have a sign. Chabney observes. I don't have a sign, and... okay, what we'll do is we'll just have a look on our way and see whether or not we see any abandoned boxes or anything that might have a sign. I think there was wasn't there a very large road going up over here actually? Yeah. So let's see if we can make a sign on the fly. If not, you know, it's not the end of the world, right? Why did I forget that bloody sign thing again? I forget it every time. I'm gonna have to make a whole batch of them and then put them on the ship for the next Wurm Roulette. This is getting embarrassing. So for those who've never been to my Wurm Roulette streams before, so so what we do is we choose a random location. Today, this was our random location. Let's just make sure we're going... Oh my gosh. So this used to be a market? Let me just look around here. But basically, these dots that we end up on, I plant a sign there that says KatsPurr was here, and I put the date. I like to do that with each of the Wurm Roulette streams, and I forgot to take a wooden sign with me this time. This has changed so much since I was last here. Oh my gosh. So what is this place called? This is Barefoot Emporium. So I'm guessing that they have some kind of... That's an impressive... Is that like a cathedral or something? Let's go and have a look. That looks very impressive from the outside at least. Let's go and have a little look-see. White light sermons coming soon. Barefoot Cathedral. I'm just going to have to go in with my horse, I'm afraid. And look at that. So there's some... So priests in Wurm, for those who don't know about Wurm, religion and priesthood is a very big thing in the game. Thank you so much for the follow, Bam. So that is like one of the sort of skills you can have, is to be a priest. If you want to sort of think of a class, having a class in an MMO, that's sort of like a class. I mean, Wurm per se doesn't have classes because there's a whole bunch of skills, and then you just mix and match the skills you want yourself. There's a graveyard. What a nicely done place this is. My goodness. So much attention to detail. Let's turn off that UI. Look at all these beautiful houses that these people, or I'm not sure if it's one person or if it's like a whole group of people. So what is this place? Sir Varric's Villa. Beautiful sandstone villa, and this is Zdu's mansion. I do believe this is a village where several different people are living together. It's like a whole city. So something to know about Wurm is that you can actually, even just as one person, you can build an entire city just yourself. And you can decide whether you want to live there all on your lonesome, or if you want to have people come and actually live with you. Jazzcar's mansion. Yeah, this is a whole city of people living here. That's very cool. What a beautiful place. So I'm guessing they all have designed and built their own houses in this city. Really nice to see like a city like that for a change. So let's try and get back to that road, I think. And what's this place called? Barefoot Smithy Smelter. Okay. And we need to get out of here and go back to the road. Here we go. So for those who don't know about Wurm, everything you see that is man-made here, the roads, the buildings, the towers, the Colossus, they're all made by players. When a Wurm server first is born, it's just wilderness other than the starter towns where characters first arrive into the server. So these roads have been paved and, you know, the land has been terraformed and the roads have been paved by just normal players. And this is quite a nice road, by the way, speaking of which. Very nice long highway. Friendly kitten, I do have water. I have a bucket full of water. Oh, this is going in the complete wrong direction. So now, choices. I'm almost thinking that it would be safer for us to go back here and then make a left. Because I have a sneaking suspicion. I could look at the community map. I could cheat, but I don't want to. I want to try and just like navigate. Oh, hold on. Here's a nice... There we go. There's a nice proper road going east. Let's just double check and make sure we are actually headed east. Yes, good. We are indeed. I don't know how I missed this road. I was probably looking at the chat in that moment. Sticks, you love how the boat has no collision in the game. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of stuff that you guys were talking about. You were talking about ship types and all kinds of stuff over here. And Friendly Kitten was wondering, maybe they build ships to order. I do believe, Friendly Kitten, that seeing as there's so many people living in this area, I think those were probably just the different people's... Oh, look at this. What a beautiful, beautiful entrance to this place. My goodness. I mean, I am a sucker for sandstone, guys. And with those banners, that looks very impressive. I love, you know, I mean, you guys know my horse market. I love sandstone. I love the use of bridges to make these little like archways. And I really like the statues underneath like that. Let's go and have a look at this place. So they've got some more sandstone buildings over here. And they got some horses going on over here. And what's this place called? Village of Valley of Dragons is this the name of this place? Valley of Dragons. And the building? Yondu's mansion. Oh, it seems like Yondu is actually here. Let's just give a compliment. A very impressive place you got here, my friend. So yeah, it's nice to sometimes when we're doing these Wurm Roulette streams, we stumble upon like places where the person who's actually owning the place is like online. Since they're here, you know, I'm not going to peek through the windows as I think that'd be kind of rude. Normally, if there's nobody around, I will do a little bit of a sneaky peek into the windows, but I don't want to freak anyone out by looking through the window because that's been done to me and that was kind of a freakish experience. But yeah, nice to see for a change that the person is actually around. I think they're probably still working on this place. They probably want to, they're probably still like, because I think they're probably going to want some kind of vegetation here at some point. I can't believe that they're just going to leave this the way it is. But gotta love that entrance. That is a very magnificent entrance indeed. Love it. So yeah, looks like this is a very busy area actually. All kinds of good stuff going on over here. And And Ahiga, you were asking, is this game good for someone that has never drawn or built anything before? Absolutely, Ahiga. Absolutely. I think when most people start playing Wurm, they, you know, I mean, my first experience of building a house in Wurm was just this. So you see these tiles? My first house was the size of one of these tiles. It just had 4 walls. And actually I can show you screenshots of that. Since we do have my screenshots here. Beginnings. Not that one. First home. First home, yes. My first house is right here. There it is, just this one little tile house. Very, very humble beginnings. You don't have to have very much artistry to... do I have a nicer picture of it here somewhere? Oh, I was still building. Oh, now it's actually expanded to 4. Did I make it actually? I thought it was like a 1x1 house. No. Yeah, it's a 1x1 house. Hold on. Maybe I expanded it later, I think. Yeah, those are later screenshots. Here we go. That was my first house in Wurm. So, you know, you start off with very humble beginnings. I think most Wurmians start off something like that, unless they join somebody's village. And then you just... I have to make a decision which direction to go in. So we need to continue east. Let me look at the map. And also, another thing, Ahiga, is that to help you out in building a house, there's a thing called Deed Planner. I can just show that to you guys as well. So, most of you here who play Wurm, you know all about Deed Planner, of course, but for those who are new to Wurm, this is good to know as well. So, one of the Wurm devs, one of the programmers, Warlander, has made this little tool for players to plan out their houses. So here's the address for this thing. And if you have any sort of feelings of intimidation, like, oh, I wonder if I would be able to actually do that, you can just play around. Anyone can play around with this tool where you can just try building a worm house. I can just take a wall there and just plonk it down. Maybe put, well, if I were to make my first house like what I had in Wurm, actually, it was something like this. It was simply a 1x1. I think it did have a solid wall, so I could have my, I think I had my bed up against that. And then you can go to the second level and make a roof. And basically, this was my very first house in Wurm. So that's how fast it is and easy it is to just make your a little design. So yeah, I guess that's about that. But now we have to, oh, there's a road actually. We have to continue east. And I meant to actually check, yeah, the map. So we are headed actually upwards. So I'm wondering, let's go see what's down here. We need to go kind of in this direction too, though. So this seems to be an abandoned, this used to probably have a deed at some point. Let's just go a little bit north. Yeah, somebody used to live over here. And they probably had a mine entrance right there, and it's all, nature has taken over already. So strange seeing the hyenas, because, you know, you think of hyenas and you think of an African setting. It's so weird to see them in Wurm, honestly. Who would ever see a hyena in a... Oh, look at this beautiful little... Here's a beautiful little lake. Imagine if you were to make a house here, right on the shore. So for those who don't know very much about Wurm, pretty much like 99% of the land, well, maybe not 99%. Let's say 90% of the land is really, on Xanadu at least, is probably free to take for yourself. So if somebody wanted to build a little house right here and just live here on the shore of this beautiful lake. I mean, this is probably free land. You see a part of the lands of Wurm. Nobody owns this area. This would be free for somebody to come here and start their own little house on the shore of this beautiful little lake. And if they were bothered by this thing, they could terraform it away, because I doubt that anyone owns that either. A lovely little spot. So that little lake is... Let's just look at the map here. That lake is probably... I don't... Could it possibly... No. No, I don't think that is this thing yet. It's probably... Possibly... here. There's a big mountain right there. Yeah, here's a mountain. Could it possibly be this little thing over here? Maybe. Oh well, but we have to get back to that bigger road, I think. I'm not going to look at the community map. I'm going to try and figure things out. Especially since we're on Xanadu, my home server, so even if we get lost here, it's not going to be the end of the world. So yeah, hyena. Isn't it strange seeing hyenas in like the middle of the sort of Nordic forest? Man, I am so late with the chat, guys. I'm so sorry, but I'm scrolling back here and just still checking what you guys are saying. Thank you so much for the follow, Withhold. Welcome to the stream. Let's get back on the road and I'll just try and catch up with what you guys are saying now. I'm so bad with just rambling and rattling on and on and on. And Jacob, oh, you guys were talking about the ship collision, and Jacob was saying you've experienced a few games with ship collision, and it's interesting to say the least. Which I'm guessing means that it doesn't sound it's not too good. Yes, Friendly, I'm glad you were helping me try and remember the water situation, but I do have water, thankfully, this time. Okay, there is a diagonal. Actually, this should be going northwest now. Let's just check. Northeast, I mean. Northeast, good. We're going in the right direction. Sticks. I'm going to be parking it. This spot runs over the land. Yeah, I'm not the most, my parking skills are not the best, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, look at the beautiful landscape, guys. I do love the springtime in Wurm. It's one of my favorite times in the game. So for those who don't know, the game has seasons, of course, different times of day, different weather conditions. It's always changing. Oh yeah, Sipaku again. Hello, by the way. I could just mail one with my alt again. How do I always forget that? I wonder if I have one in storage, actually. Well, we could do that. Let's just do that. I keep forgetting that I can do that, guys. Let's just log on with Shalastina and see if I have actually, and you know what? The Wurm audio, I can barely hear anything. Let me just see. That's a bit better, isn't it? I could barely hear Wurm. Let's just log on with Shalastina quickly. And see whether I have any wooden signs. Or I could just send over some nails, couldn't I? I could just send over some nails. So... this is the horse market here on my island. Let me see if I have any nails. It's a little bit laggy now that I have 2 clients open. So just bear with me for a moment. Small nails. There we go. That would be illegal here. Oh, can't I? I have to give access to this building. Okay, I can do that from here though. So, manage buildings. But which one is it? Misty Rock. We don't know which one of it because I've named them all the same way. You know, I can't be bothered just going through all of these and giving permissions for Shalastina. The reason I don't have permissions for Shalastina to these buildings is because I need to use her once in a while to just double check and make sure that the locks on the stalls are working correctly for selling the horses to customers, to just make sure that they can actually open those stalls. So I use Shalastina as like a test dummy for that. Oh, but I wonder if I actually... You know what? I might... I'm just laughing at myself for like turning around as I'm like going through these motions of my wondering out loud, like turning around in real time. I might have a sign here. Let me see. In my... Oh, but of course I can't open this thing because she doesn't have access. Well, one place I do have access to is actually the warehouse. So let's go over to the warehouse. Bam! Clan Iron Hammer shall follow. Shields up. Jacob was noticing there's a graveyard right in front of the brewery, somewhat fitting in that village that we saw. Oh, I'm sorry, Bam. You would have wanted me to explore the smelter. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that in time. Yeah, Jacob, that was an impressive town indeed. And Ahiga was asking, can someone that's new to building, can they enjoy this game? You've never made anything before? Absolutely, Ahiga, absolutely. Everyone starts in the same way, as I was saying before. You know, we all start off as newbies in the game. You can absolutely enjoy the game as a newbie, for sure. And Jaco was saying that they are terrible at building stuff, but still enjoy designing building and anything that allows it. So you think you'd think that Ahiga would have some fun, especially since it seems to offer quite a bit of freedom in that regard. Yes, absolutely. So let's see if I have a wooden sign here. If I do, it's going to be in this thing. Let's see. Small or large sign? Large sign. There we go. Yay! I hope I can send this. I think I could probably send this in the mail, can't I? Okay, do we have it? Yes, good. So we're just gonna run back over. And I could just sail over, actually. Let's just take this little rowboat. I can't be bothered to walk all the way over there. Okay. Thank you, Sibaku, for reminding me of this possibility. I don't know why I always forget. I'm really going to have to get used to that. We're just going to have to sail over to the other side of the island because my mailbox is over there. And Mr. Kvista loves the sandstone. It's the only wall type that has large enough bricks to make it look realistic, proportional to a large building or castle. Yeah, that's very true, isn't it? Perry G, smile Yondu, you're on TV. Yes, that's how you build, friendly kitten. Just wall by wall. Easy peasy. Well, it's easy to design in the deed planner, but of course it's a lot of work to actually build it in the game. You have to get all the materials, you have to mine for stone shards or, you know, chop down trees for the planks and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work, but the designing part is very, very fun to do in deed planner. And Perry G, that's true that with low skills you won't be able to build a large house, but we all start out with, you know, smaller houses and we just work up from there. And yes, there's absolutely resource gathering. A will live, absolutely. Hello, Shaky Dog. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. And Bam just swapped over to their PC. Okay, we're going to park our little rowing boat over here. Let's just moor that over there and go to the mailbox and do a COD shipment of this thing. Put the sign in there. Thank you for the follow, Ahika. Oh, what the hell is happening? Oh, it's all black. Oh my goodness. How long has it been black, guys? Good grief. I think, Disco, hold on. Okay, I'm going to fix that any second. Let me just get this sign sent off and I'll fix the stream thing any second now. Send Malena COD. Oh, hold on. No, that didn't work. I'm gonna have to, I'm most likely gonna have to restart the stream actually, but let me just get this thing finished first. Ah, hold on. Send Malena COD. Okay. Let's see what happens now with the stream if I'm gonna try and get a game capture. So, unfortunately, this Streamlabs OBS is a little bit of a... Oh, it's actually missing the... No, the image is showing the... Oh, I think I went to the wrong... There we go. There we go. I'm sorry about that. It went. I think it went to a different, like, scene by mistake. Ugh, I hope that wasn't there for a long time. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I hope it wasn't there for too long. I thought what would I was thinking that what had happened was that Streamlabs didn't like that I had two Wurm clients open. Sometimes it gets a little bit finicky when you have several game clients open and doesn't like know what to do. And hello, Dude Jensen, nice to see you. And Mr. Quista was saying, well, Northern Europe used to have an African savanna type climate, but that was many thousands of years before the Viking Dark Ages setting that Wurm seems to be set in. Yes. Sipaku makes you feel useful because you can remind me of stuff. Yes. Thank you so much, 1977. I'm sorry, oh, Thomas 1977. Welcome to the stream, by the way. And I'm very glad if I sort of pronounce things in a way that is easy for you to understand. And welcome to the stream. Do you play Wurm as well? And so this is heading directly east, right? Yes. So shall we go this way or shall we go this way? That's the decision. Either one looks good. Let's just keep going east. Oh, Perry G, I could have just ticked deed managed on all of them, all of the buildings I see. I thought I would have had to go into the roles and, you know, like assign Shalastina to all of them. I didn't know there was like one global one that I could just do. And Sipoku was saying, Ahika, unlike most MMOs, the hardest time in Wurm is when you start because you do not have the skills grinded up yet, so your actions are slow and often fail. But even when they fail, they give you skill up, so you just need to take it slow and enjoy the process. Very well said, Sipaku. Beautifully said. Absolutely agree. Absolutely, and that's very true what you're saying, Sipaku, that really the hardest time you'll ever have in the game is when you first start, and it just gets easier and easier and more pleasant as your skills start to go up more and more. Looks like there's some kind of castle or fort. Nord... What is this place called? Yeah, some kind of fort. Haupttor. Lots of unicorns around here. Let's see if we can get in. Ah, good. The doors are open. What is this place called? You see a part of the lands of Wurm? Really? This is not deeded? Don't oh, this is an abandoned deed, guys. This place is decaying. Look. The walls are missing. The walls are missing from there. What a shame. After all that effort, look at that. Slate. Haupthaus is this place called. So this place, look, the walls are decaying. They've got holes in them. Oh my gosh. After all that work that somebody's put into this place? Is there anything I can nick? Like this carpet? Take. Yeah. I can loot this place. And so that's what slate walls look like when they're actually decaying. Interesting. I've never seen what they look like. Is there anything else we can take in here? Oh. What the heck? I'm always finding these abandoned deeds in my explorations. At least we got a carpet out of this, but I'm sure there's going to be something more. I have a feeling nobody's looted this place yet because they would have probably taken that carpet otherwise. As carpets are quite hard to make, actually. So I can't get into this wall, or into this building rather. Since none of the walls have decayed, we can just go around and double check and see if any of them have fallen yet. I don't think so. But yeah, kind of sad, isn't it? It is a bit sad to see, like, there's some braziers actually around here. I could grab those as well, because braziers are not the easiest to build either. Oh, hold on. That was the place we were already in. They seem to have built lots and lots of ships as well. And it looks like somebody's just chopped down a tree here recently. What's in here? And hey, by the way, Shalastina sent over that sign. I wonder if this place has a mailbox. Stone shards, don't need those. Stone shards, nope. Who needs stone shards? It's just like too many of them, always. So... slate shingles, some slate bricks, 109 slate bricks, 254 sandstone shards. That would be something I could use, but they're very low quality, however. But I don't think those would be worth coming all the way over here to loot, though. Some logs. Cotton. Lots of cotton, by the way. Look at that. High quality, too. 75 quality. Almost 800 cotton of 75 quality. I have tons of cotton at home, but if anyone wants high quality cotton, come and get it. And it looks like Yondu is in the... I can see Yondu's name here in the local. The guy that... The place that we were... Oh, look at all that dirt. 809 dirt. Dirt you need, and another one. So you need dirt to terraform. So this is a, you know, highly desired commodity actually. So I think somebody is probably gonna grab that. And if they don't, I will come and grab that actually. Anything in these rafts? They're all empty. Huh. Well, what do you know? This was probably their smithy shop. And I will catch up with what you guys are saying in a moment. Let's see if we can grab this brazier. Oh, it's planted, of course, so I can't grab it. Huh. Well, well, well. It's sad, though. Oh, there's Yondu, actually. So what is Yondu doing here? Is he following us? Maybe it's somebody on the stream. He's backing up.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Sir? You ain't following me, are ya? Sipaku. Cats is a follower of BL is why this screen is black. Praise Libela. Oh, Thomas was in Korea. So Yondu is not watching the stream, I'm guessing. But they are following me. The nerve. And hello Glomzilla, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. And Ahiga, you're enjoying the relaxation feeling of the stream. Good, good. Oh my gosh, I'm so late with the chat, guys. I'm so sorry. Perfect opportunity to catch up with what you guys are saying here. Sipaku was saying, Ahiga, it does not have to be that you could live in a village with others and develop your character or buy good tools, weapons, and armor from the player market, but you could also choose to venture yourself into the unknown and do everything yourself, which is more rewarding, but requires also more work and patience. For instance, you, for instance, lived for your first months inside a cave. Yep, that sounds like that. I'm exactly the same, Sipaku, for sure. And so Yondu is Feral Locky here in the chat. Okay. Do Jensen, don't go that way. And Chabney is saying that Siebenstein, it only fell recently and has been totally looted. Chabney arrived too late to save any of the good things. Well, I did get myself a carpet if this was the place, Chabney, or else maybe you guys are... I'm so late with the chat, it could be that you guys are talking about an earlier spot. I'm not sure. And a box of photons. Hello, nice to see you. Can't you break down walls or doors of abandoned deeds? I think when a house has all of its outer walls, you cannot penetrate it. No. I'm not sure if like one of the walls is gone, then maybe you have the option to do that then. I'm not quite sure. Perry G is saying you can destroy walls, but it takes a long time or you need to bring a catapult. Houses are protected on freedom. And finally I'm catching up, guys. And Glomsila is asking, is there PvP in Wurm? Glomsila, there are PvP servers, yes. Feral Lucky. You figured you'd find me and say hello. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful house, Feral Lucky, or like your deed. We were admiring it earlier on. It was absolutely gorgeous. I loved the entrance. Are you, so Feral Lucky, are you working on the, like the front part? Because I noticed it was just dirt. I'm guessing you're gonna put some like grass or trees or something like that in front? Perry G. You have to follow a streamer to get noticed. I'm sorry guys, I'm so late with this chat. You were mining Feral Lucky when you saw me in local and you were like, what the fuck? Gotta find her. Yeah, we came to loot a deed here. We just noticed this place. So Feral Lucky, check it out. There is, look at this thing over here. If you need any dirt, check it out. There are BSBs full of dirt over here. I mean, you know, I'm doing this now on stream, so I'm pretty sure that by the time I ever get here, all the dirt is going to be... Was it this one? Over here. Look, 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 look. Look at this. Look at this. Over 800 dirt in all of these BSBs. So you live nearby, you should get yourself a wagon and come and loot this dirt for yourself. So for those who don't play Wurm, actually... dirt is a very highly sought after commodity. You would think that it is worth nothing, but actually it's the thing that you need to terraform. So if you wanted to make this land higher, you would have to dump dirt onto it to make it higher. So you should, if you're lucky, you should grab that dirt. There was also a crate that had some very high quality cotton in it as well. So I'm just sort of sniffing around here to see what's in here. If there's anything of, oh, there's... Oh, look at this. 836 iron lumps. There is a lot of iron lumps. They're not too bad quality either. 40 quality. Oh my gosh, look at those. Gold, silver, copper. You should come and grab this stuff, Feral. I'm pretty sure that 418, well, they're low quality silver lumps, 18 quality. So the quality goes from 0 to 100. More, oh my gosh, 1,417 lumps of iron, 63 quality. Oh my gosh, I would totally grab all that stuff. If I had a wagon or something, I would grab all of it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that this being on stream, somebody's gonna probably beat me to it, so... Anyhow, Feral Lucky, I'm gonna continue on my own here, all on my lonesome, so thanks for catching up. You had a beautiful deed, and yeah, you should go and get yourself a wagon. Come grab that stuff for yourself. So the front is still in progress of your castle or your deed. You're gonna, oh, hold on, this is going in the wrong direction. Maybe we should go north from here, even though this is a smaller road. But we should keep on going in the... Oh, should we go through the forest, by the way? And just go on a little bit of an adventure? Just for the heck of it. We could. Oh, that's a... But, yeah, that's a pretty long road. Well, let's go see where this goes. You're gonna make it nice outside with grass, flowers, benches. Oh, that sounds awesome. Now I'm gonna try and keep up with chat this time, guys. I'm just so bad at this. Ooh, this should be going northeast. Let's see. Yes, good. Yeah, Glomsilla, we're on a PvE server, so he could not have ganked me, but if we were on a PvP server, absolutely that could have happened. Oh, look, here we go. Here's a nice big road going directly east where we need to go. So I wonder where we are on the map now. Let's see. This has turned out to be an amazing adventure so far. So we should look out for these two lakes and a pond or some kind of lake in between them. And I have a feeling we're probably, this mountain up ahead is probably this thing over here. I'm hoping, at least. You can see, actually, you can see. See how the peaks go higher up towards the north? And you can see the shape of that sort of goes towards the... It gets a little bit higher towards the north. I think we're on the right track. I think we are. And do Jensen, dirt equals brown gold. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Withhold, you bought your first village land to get money when you were selling dirt. Yeah, absolutely, like a new character, somebody new to the game, if they wanted to make some silver to buy their first land, they could absolutely just dig dirt and sell that dirt to experienced players who don't have the time to... Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to stop and just admire this place for a moment. Look at that. Let me just turn off the UI for a moment. Look at that. Just take that in for a moment. So there's like a desert over there. Now if we look at the map, I'm assuming... Hold on. Not sure, actually. Maybe. I wonder if we're maybe over here, actually. Maybe this mountain is this thing right here, which means that there should be a little pond to the left. Could it be over there? Let's go and see. And maybe the larger mountain is that over there. I think that's what we were looking at before anyhow. Yeah, let's just make a sharp turn left over here and go right into the forest. See if we can find some water. And has anyone noticed, by the way, that we haven't really bumped into very many monsters yet? I mean, usually in these Wurm Roulette streams, we're always having to tackle a few like trolls here and there, or some mobs that are just like annoying and getting in our way. But that hasn't really happened yet today. Okay, I'm gonna have to get off my horse. Let me just make sure I drink up and eat up before I do that. We're gonna go by foot for a while. And let's make sure we're going in the right direction. Northeast, yes, good. Oh, we got the mail, it looks like. You sense imps whispering your name and saying you have one mail waiting to be picked up. So that is the sign that Shalastina sent. Good, good, good. So all we need to do is find ourselves a deed somewhere that has a mailbox. And I forgot to check, by the way. Well, it only arrived. Okay, hold on. Here's water. Look at all the horses, guys. What is up with all of these horses on Xanadu today? And they're all the gray ones as well. So this is the little lake. Yes, yes, yes. Just like I was saying. Remember when I was saying that if we go down, there should probably... Yeah, okay, we're on the right track. So this over here is indeed those peaks. And this bump over here is this mountain right here. Okay, good. There looks to be some kind of... There's some kind of village over there. So let's go see. There's probably a mailbox. Yes, indeed, Friendly Kitten. It is interesting and cool to see the players, You know, we bump into them in the game and then they also come onto the stream. That is very cool. And yeah, Feral, I hope you go and grab all that stuff because it would be, I think it would be a huge shame if it just like decayed away. I would totally grab that like dirt and the iron lumps from there. You can always use those. Oh, Perry G, absolutely, yeah. Maybe not so much trees because that entrance to Feral Lucky's place is just so beautiful. You wouldn't want to cover that up with like too many trees, right? So Ahiga is asking, how do you know if land is owned by somebody? So when you double click on a tile, which will give you can also right click and right click and examine. So anything in Wurm you can examine by right clicking it and examining it. But you can also double click things to examine them. So it says, you see a patch of grass. The grass is wild and seems to like it here. That is wild land. If it was owned by somebody, it would say so. And if I do the same to this road, it says, you see a part of the lands of Wurm. Nobody owns that. It's completely free land. And when we go over to this, which I'm assuming is an up and like working deed, unless it's also abandoned, hopefully not. But because I have to say, it's been a little bit depressing to see so many abandoned deeds lately. I think it's because of the whole Steam release thing. That's, you know, it's this big... What the heck? What the heck, guys? What the heck is going on over there? Look at this. Look at this. Horse, cow, sheep, bull. Look at them all. What is going on with these animals today on Xanadu? That's nuts. I don't get it. I've never seen anything quite like that. So yeah, let's go and see. I will investigate. Oh, there's a mailbox. And what does the land say now when I double click it? Part of the land's a Wurm. Okay, that could be that this is just the sort of outskirts of the place. But let's just grab that sign before I forget. Open. Oh, first of all, of course, check. And large sign, receive. And it's here. There we go, the one that we sent with Shalastina. And since we're here, we might as well name it now. Rename. KatsPurr / Malena was here. And February 11th, 2020. There we go. We're going to plant this thing once we reach our destination. But let's go see what's going on with this deed first. Oh, it's an abandoned deed as well. Oh my gosh. So there's just a forge standing anymore. Nothing inside though. Well, at least the mailbox was there, which came in handy. But yeah, just a wall standing over there. Unfinished forge. And even their chicken is left behind. All on its lonesome. Huh. But yeah, so here is this little lake. So if we look at the map where we have to go from here. So we're right here right now. So we have to go directly northeast from this direction. So yeah, so we're gonna have to go. I think there's a road going in a perfect direction, a nice diagonal northeast direction actually. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's exactly what we need. And Styx is asking, is Wurm Unlimited worth it? It depends on what you're looking for, Styx. So if you want to be able to play this game but have your completely own private server, you could, and you, like where you want, where you can do whatever you want, where you can be the god of your own server, the game master of your own server, make any changes you want, have your friends make it either a public one or play it just privately, locally on your computer, or else open it up to the public, or maybe have it for your guild mates, that, or maybe have it as a family thing where just you and your family members play on that server. Or maybe you want to have Wurm Unlimited to do like what I use Wurm Unlimited for is testing out different designs and seeing whether they're feasible, and if they look good there, then I will build them in Wurm Online. So there's many uses for Wurm Unlimited. I mean, I use it as a sidekick to my, I use it as an accessory, well not accessory, but like as a tool. Tool is probably the word I'm looking for. It is a tool I use to enhance my Wurm Online experience. But then for many who play Wurm Unlimited, you know, that it all revolves around either playing on somebody's server or else running their own server. And, you know, of course, there it's called unlimited because really it's unlimited what you can do with your own server there. You can change the graphics. You can make alterations to the code. You can change pretty much, you know, it's only pretty much only dependent on your programming skills and graphics skills. Oh, hold on. Here is a here's that longer lake, the bigger lake that we were looking for. So yeah, but if you want to then just play the game, you know, just as a normal player who wants to enjoy a little bit of Wurm, just bear in mind if you go to Wurm Unlimited, which is on Steam, you are going to be playing on somebody else's server, a normal player server. So you're going to be under their rule set. They're going to be the boss. Oh my gosh, look at this castle. Isn't that impressive? The nice thing about Wurm Online, however, is that, you know, here it's like the official dev team runs it, so you don't have to worry about the game going anywhere. Nobody's going to be, you know, it's not going to be a player that just decides suddenly that they're going to shut down their server if they get tired of playing or running their server. We're going to have to go and investigate this place. This is absolutely fantastic. What do we have here? This is called Kingdom of Hazdome. My goodness, that looks... This is one of the more impressive castles I've ever seen, I have to be quite honest. I hope we can get in here. Oh, the doors are locked. No. No. I would have so liked to investigate this place. This looks like an... Let's just go up again. I want to just go up to the top and just see from above. This looks like an amazing place that somebody has here. My goodness. I was just sort of rushing down because I was assuming that we would be able to get inside. But let's just have a little peek. So they have a courtyard going on inside. Some stables. Oh, that is really impressive. Very, very nice design to really, really make it look like a proper castle. Because, you know, sometimes when you're using the stone bricks in Wurm to make castles, they just end up looking kind of bulky and they don't really, you know, because it's so limited what you can do with due to the tile-based system, and that you can't have like diagonal walls, you can't have round walls, it's just the straight ones. So, you know, sometimes it's hard to get a design that kind of looks like nice, but I think they've done a great job here actually. Look at that. They have some guards standing down there below. I wonder if this person lives here alone or whether they have like villagers living with them. I get this kind of like gut feeling that there's probably one person who just owns this whole place all on their own. It looks really impressive though. Really nicely done. My goodness. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so let's check where we are. And Fear Lucky is asking, do I breed 5-speed bisons? I do not, Fear Lucky. I only breed horses. But maybe maybe the Venda horse. I think they sell, that is pretty close by. I think Draka probably sells like 5-speed bisons there, maybe, possibly. And hello there, Inflayer. Welcome to the stream. And Jake, I covered some ground. Yes, indeed. And Inflayer, this is this game. The music that you're hearing is actually a playlist, so it's not the game music. So it probably has some Skyrim music for sure. Wurm's own soundtrack is kind of crappy, so that's why I don't put the Wurm's own soundtrack on. So yeah, the playlist you can find if you go to the... So my Twitch channel, there is a button called Spotify, which has all my playlists on Spotify. And if you look at the one called MMO Adventuring Playlist, that's the one we are listening to. Well, we're listening to a modified version of that, really. But there is indeed some Skyrim music in that one. And Inflayer, you've never heard of or seen this game before, really? This is Wurm Online. It's a pretty old MMO from launched in 2006. It was developed by 2 Swedish guys who decided that they... Oh, hold on, we can get down here at least. They decided that they wanted to make a sandbox... I wonder if we can get up here. A sandbox MMO. And one of the guys happened to be Notch, the guy who made Minecraft. And, oh, at least we're getting here. Beautiful harbor for their ships. So Notch was making this together with Rolf, and then Notch decided to go and make his own game, and he ended up making Minecraft later on. So this was what he was working on before Minecraft, and I've been playing this game now for over 6 years. It's my absolute #1 favorite MMO. I've played a lot of MMOs in my time. I started playing MMOs in the late 90s, starting with Ultima Online. Oh my gosh, I wish we could go inside and look around. But the doors are locked, unfortunately. But yeah, it has similarities to Minecraft in that you can terraform the land and change, like all of these buildings are built like wall by wall. So this whole design is designed by a player. You can see these walls that I'm like mousing over. You can design things just wall by wall in any sort of shape that you want. And somebody has made we're just admiring here a very beautiful castle that somebody's managed to make. Really, really impressive. I just wish I could go through the doors, but they have their doors locked, unfortunately. Let's see, what do we have? They have some catapults here for defense. And a ship down below as well. So here is that lake. Let's have a look at the map now. So right now, I'm assuming we're either here or here. Let's have a look at the lake and see if we can figure this out. But for sure we are at this lake right now. And we need to head along the lake. There's those mountains, these ones here. And this is our destination for today. So we have to, let's stay along the lake until we get to this most eastern corner. So we have to head over here. And Jacka, you really have to stop being lazy and learn how to play this. Let's just grab our horse and just cross this quickly. I don't want to go all the way around. Okay, I think... So we were actually on this part, I think. I think this sort of rounded area right here is this part. Yeah, you can see some sand on the top as well. So from this point on, we have to... there's... looks like there's a road, which is perfect. Oh, somebody's... You know, guys, I've never actually grown rice in Wurm. I've never had any rice fields yet. Can you imagine? So you have to have shallow water for them to plant them. It looks like somebody, maybe the guy who owns this place owns those little... Oh, there's like a canal right there. Well, we don't want to go into the canal. We want to stay up above the land. So let's go over and see if we can find a road leading east. What is this place over here? So Inflayer, you're saying, so this game was basically first of its kind before they started to pop up. Oh, you mean like these types of sandbox MMOs? Yeah, I don't know actually. That's a good question. Like, I'm guessing Wurm is one of those like first in this type of game. I know, for instance, Life is Feudal has been very much influenced by Wurm. And I'm sure there's a lot of other sandbox MMOs there are out there as well which were, you know, influenced by this game because it's quite an old game. But I'm not sure. Before Wurm was existing, I wonder if there was... I'm sure some of you here in the chat would be able to say whether there were any sandbox MMOs that sort of influenced Wurm, the creation of Wurm, or would you say that Wurm was very like unique back in its early days? I'm not quite sure. I mean, obviously, you know, it's a medieval themed RPG type game, which is nothing unique there, of course. But the sort of sandboxiness of it is probably pretty unique. Or it was unique back in the day. I mean, now there's a lot of different games that are very similar to this one. Although you're probably not going to find anything quite as deep as what Wurm is. And Jaka, it's just fascinating seeing what people have made. Absolutely, absolutely. So this is going up a very steep road. Oh, what do we have over here? It's an abandoned deed. Just a few... Let me just double check and see what it has. Just some altars laying around. An odd bedside table. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Now we have to decide. Do we go north or... I think we need to go east now. Let's just make sure we're going... Yes, we're going east. And Jaka, sadly, you were too young to play Ultima Online back in the day. You didn't even have internet. So you never really got to experience or know what an MMO was up till Guild Wars 1 when you played the trial. But beyond that, you've only played Elder Scrolls Online in a somewhat dedicated manner. Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online is a great MMO. I've also played quite a bit of that. And actually, you would be very interested, Jaka. Let me just show you guys. Let's just have a little look, actually. Speaking of Elder Scrolls, this is a very short little video that I could show you guys. Of how I did an Elder Scrolls thing in Wurm. Let's see, where is it? Should be, here we go. Here we go. It's, it only lasts 2 minutes. Let's have a look at this thing. I'll just turn off Spotify for a moment. Let's have a look at this thing. So, Elder Scrolls, recreating Elder Scrolls Online Daggerfall Stables in Wurm Unlimited. So basically you could do this in Wurm Online or Wurm Unlimited, doesn't matter. Oh, and I need to unmute this. So let's get the unmuted this tab as well. There we go. So, definitely not as beautiful as Elder Scrolls Online, that is for sure. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online is a gorgeous, gorgeous MMO, I think. The visuals are just so polished in that game. Well, except for the characters. I'm not a fan, I have to say, of Elder Scrolls. The character design in Elder Scrolls in general is a little bit weird to me, has always been a bit weird. But I think the environment art in Elder Scrolls is just gorgeous. But yeah, it was just a little experiment to see if I could recreate that part there. And I thought that might be quite fun for you to see, Jaka. Yeah, it was you that said that, that's right. And so you did actually try Wurm Online with some friends back in 2008 or 2009. Oh, wow. That would have been, I mean, Wurm would have been in its very, very early times back then. Apparently, the game looked pretty ridiculous back then with people, when they were riding around on horses, I guess they were standing and stuff like that, like standing on horseback. But you never really got to experience, oh, hold on. Thank you so much for the follow, Inflare. Welcome to the stream. And it was a mess for you because, not because of the game itself though, but your PC couldn't handle it and you all tried it at different times instead of as a group, so it didn't stick. Oh, I see. And you think that at most you dedicated 20 or 30 minutes to it, which looking back on it now, you realize was nowhere near enough to figure out what it actually was. Oh, I see. Yeah. And I mean, Jake, to be quite honest, to see when I've played this now for 6 years, and when I've seen footage and I've seen videos of what the game used to look like back then, I honestly am glad that I didn't start way back when, because I think it would have been so off-putting to me. I think I came at a golden time. I think 6 years ago was a perfect time to start. It looked good enough for it to stick for me. So I don't blame you at all. I mean, it looked pretty ridiculous back then, to be quite honest. And you have to go now, Ahiga. Okay, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Hopefully you do start to try, hopefully you do try Wurm out. And hopefully I will see you back here another time. You've probably already gone, but in case you're still here, just some words for you. And in Flare, you have played a lot of Sandbox games that are in the market, Age of Conan, Conan Exiles, I'm guessing you're saying, Ark, etc. Only issue that you have with them is to find a decent server that has an active player base. So in Flare, have you ever tried Wurm or Wurm Unlimited, like Wurm Online or Wurm Unlimited? And Jacob, you don't even want to imagine how long that took. Well, I did it in Wurm Unlimited. So I was doing it in God mode, Jacob, where you can instantly build things very, very quickly. So it wasn't that bad. And Elder Scrolls Online gives you PTSD, but the art style is fantastic. And it was overwhelming when you first hopped into it, but in your defense, you hadn't played anything like it beyond Guild Wars. And Inflayer is asking, does this game still get updates from its devs, by the way? Absolutely. We are getting updates on a constant level. So the new things, for instance, right now to Wurm are third-person camera, which the game never had before. This was just introduced like literally a couple of weeks ago. We have a new loyalty system. So the longer you have been, you've had a premium subscription, the more points you've accumulated so you can get yourself something nice. We have new sail furlings to the sails of the boats, so you can you can have them, go at different speeds when you're trying to park your boat. We have a whole bunch of new stuff I can't even remember. Let's just have a look, actually. Like, what was all the new stuff that has come lately? There's so much new stuff that I can't even keep track. Hold on. Wurm forums. Let's have a look, see. So, in Flare, here you can see, if we just zoom in a little bit here. So each of these posts that says Valorate International, that is done by the community manager Retrograde, where he talks about the latest changes upcoming or that have happened. And so you can see these they're very active threads, and you can see when they have been posted. So January 11th, we just got the map dumps, and the next, there's another Valorate International November. So it's like a month on a monthly basis, basically. So if we look at this latest one, for instance, here is the new loyalty system where we can get gifts and things for paying for the subscription, and that can be paid for with in-game money as well, by the way. And what else do we have? Third-person view, priest changes. Yeah, it's basically been those things. And also some Jackal stuff there as well. The one before that, we had... Oh, there was the sale thing that I was just talking about. New keybinds. Oh, the new farm boxes as well. So you can now plant crops inside of buildings with these farm boxes. And that's the Jackal stuff. But like you can see even from that it's a monthly, every month there's something new. So it's very, very active. Jacob, absolutely you can pay for your sub with in-game money. Absolutely. You can earn like silver in-game and pay. That's how I pay for the game myself. Well, I do get some streamer benefits. Those who are part of the Venn entertainment network, they get some benefits, for premium time. But most of my like the fees that I have for the game, I pay for by breeding horses and selling them to players. That's my main income of the game. So I'm not even paying like real life money at this point. I did have to for many years. Don't get me wrong. I did have to but that was just only, I mean, you yourself are your own, like, it's up to you basically, like how much work you want to put into making money in the game. So that was only up to me because I just didn't have time to like make money in the game. But yeah, absolutely. And the last update says Fear Lucky was on the 2nd of February. Oh, was there like an even newer one? Hold on, let's go see. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing like a Valorant International 94 here. But anyhow, let's move on. So, here's a bit of sand. The reason I'm stopping here in the sand is because we can use this as like a way to figure out where the heck we are. So if we look at the map... Now, this spot is right near a sandy area, actually. Hold on, let's look at that once more. So, we basically need to find... this little pond, and from that pond it would be almost directly east. So let's see if we can find the pond. That's a good like marker, I think. So let's go directly west and see what happens if we can find that pond. And Du Johnson is saying it was a patch. I see. You know, I think, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to succumb to my temptation. Since we found this weird little road here, maybe we're going to whip out that community map after all at this point, just so we can get the right spot. So let's see. We should be... Let's get the zoom to the... Let's reset the zoom and use this instead. Here. So... there's the sand. And maybe that's the weird little road we just found. Could this be it? It should take us to an even area. Let me just see here. Let's see where this leads. But yeah, I'm surprised at how few like monsters have been bothering us during this stream today. Oh, that goes very long there. Let me just... I wonder if it's one of these over here. I have a feeling we're gonna bump into that lake again. I'm a little bit lost, I'm not gonna lie. I think we came very close to the spot, but I'm sort of like... Hold on, what's this over here? Some kind of bridge? Oh, that takes us to that same little... Oh, what's this over here? Oh, hold on, hold on. I think we're on the right track now. There is a sandy area with a huge castle. And you can see that here, that there's like some kind of castle over here. That could be that one. Look at that. So Inflayer is asking, so are the Wurm Online and Wurm Unlimited basically the same game? Inflayer, it's pretty much the same experience, like it's the same base game. However, Wurm Online is run by the official Wurm team, it's on the official Wurm servers, whereas Wurm Unlimited, those are all player run servers. They take care of like hosting the servers, like, you know, they have to set that up, like where the servers are. You know, they probably rent out like server space somewhere. They can change their server however they like, so they can, if they want the game to be easier to play, if they want to change the graphics, if they want to add like custom things to the game. So that's a huge difference. So if you go and play Wurm Unlimited, you might get a very, very interesting experience. However, it's most likely not going to be your sort of like pure like Wurm experience, right? Because they might have modified things. So it looks like there was a house standing here and then it decayed. Let's just check the status of this ground here. Don't tell me this is an abandoned deed also. You see a part of the lands of Wurm? Seriously? Don't tell me that this is also abandoned. See a part of the lands of Wurm. What the heck? Let's see if it has damage. Damage 3.7. So it's just been abandoned. This place, guys. It is so sad to see all these abandoned places now. I have to say. Is there any loot here? Anything worth taking? There's a bit of dirt. Oh, I took that by mistake. Let's see what it had. Oh, just some stone fragments. Let's just throw that on the ground. Yeah, I have to say it's a little bit disheartening to see all these like abandoned deeds all over the place. I'm not gonna lie. Is there anything in that oven? So this place is going to start to now decay. This beautiful castle that somebody has. Unbelievable. After all that work somebody's put into a place like this. And they're just going to let it rot away. It's so sad. They don't even have any more animals around. Maybe all the animals have died off by now. What a beautiful view this place has too, of this valley over here. The sun is just coming up, which is perfect. We're going to see a very nice view in a bit. Can you imagine all the work that somebody has put into this place and now it's just rotting away? That's so sad. I can't believe it. I mean, we've seen a lot of these places so far, but like, I don't know. Especially when you see something that has just taken so much work to make. But then again, you know, thinking of myself, for instance, I mean, I could very easily see myself if for instance, I find when the Steam launch happens for Wurm Online, if I find and I'm gonna be rolling like a baby character when it first launches. And if I manage to find myself a new place that interests me, I could imagine. So I can't take this stuff yet because not any of the walls have fallen down yet. But this is like the courtyard of this place. Look at all that work that somebody's put into this place. Oh, they had a whole bar inside as well. So sad, guys. So sad. But yeah, what I was going to say is that, you know, on the other hand, I can totally get it. Because the joy of Wurm is always like, it's always very fun to just start fresh somewhere and just start over. So I could imagine myself just, you know, picking up and leaving also. Oh, look at all that stuff. Charcoal 117. Steel, not very much anything that I would really need in that one. $826 charcoal, if anyone wants some. Steel lumps 264, but the quality is only 7.3. 218 silver lumps, 39 quality. Yeah. Yeah, kind of low quality, all this stuff. But can I actually pick those up? No, that wouldn't work yet. So the walls haven't fallen. It's too early to loot this place. But yeah, I don't know. It makes me sad a little bit, I have to say. I don't know why this place in particular is making me more sad than some of the earlier places we've seen. I can't really put my finger on why that is. But I don't know, maybe just the fact that it's just in such a beautiful setting. It's been so much work. The interiors seem to be like decorated quite nicely. So I'm sure somebody has really put a lot of like passion and love into making this place. Yeah, there's going to be a lot to loot here once the walls start to fall. What do we have in these chests over here? Oh, pretty high quality stuff actually. Set in the 70s. They were probably working on their blacksmithing. Is there anything, lots of enchanted stuff as well? Lots and lots of enchanted stuff. Yeah, they probably had a priest who did enchantments as well. My gosh. I can't take this stuff, can I? It's probably gonna... Let me just see if I am able to take anything from here. Your deity would not allow stealing, yeah. You can't, none of the walls have fallen yet. I believe a wall has to be fallen from the ground level. There's some high quality plate here as well. Yeah, they were probably a blacksmith of some kind. Very sad. Very sad. Huh. Some barding, dioptra. There would have been some signs. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother looking anymore because there's nothing that you can take yet anyhow, because it's still up and standing. I mean, it could be that this person, I could very well imagine that this person just realizes that, oh crap, I forgot to pay for my settlement, and they log on to check how things are going, and they realize that they have to restart their deed. I could very easily imagine that happening. It somehow feels like it's very fresh that this person, this deed has only gone down just recently, actually. So while we look at this beautiful landscape here, let me just catch up with the chat quickly as the morning rises. And Jacob, you're saying you feel like Unlimited is a good introduction to help you decide if you want to invest into online. Jacob, I would almost say it's the other way around, to be quite honest, because in Unlimited, again, first of all, I think the threshold to sort of understand how to start to play Unlimited is much, I think it feels a little bit more complicated. With Wurm Online, you just go to the website, you press the button, and then you start playing, basically. And Wurm Online is free. I mean, it's free to play. You can have a character, get your skills up to level 20, and by that time that your skills are 20, you will have been able to decide by then whether the game is for you or not. Completely free. However, in Wurm Unlimited, you would have to actually buy the game. You would have to go and play on somebody else's server, unless you set up your own private server, which, could be technically a little bit challenging to do that in the beginning. And then you would go onto somebody else's server who might be run, it might be run by like some complete asshole, or else they might have changed a lot about the game. So I would say it's exactly the other way around, that the best place to start to see whether you like Wurm is Wurm Online. Absolutely. And Jacob, you're saying that even though you have Unlimited, Wurm Online still intrigues you. Du Jensen was saying the same thing that I was as well. And Jacob was asking, how does the trial work? So there's no trial. You can just play the game. And the only thing is that your skill, so the skills go from 0 to 100, they will cap at 20. I'm pretty sure somebody was probably explaining that already here. And so you might actually have to give online a try then. There's literally nothing preventing it. Just assume that the trial, there's no trial. That's right. And seeing the big castle gives you some Kvatch vibes. Yes, you can enchant your gear. You need a priest to do that. So most people have like a priest character on the side, like I do as well. And Sarate, hello, welcome to the stream. So what server are we visiting today? This is Xanadu. Oh, and I should put the map back up. Sorry, I had that map up, but then we were looking at a video and I took it off for a moment. We're here on Xanadu, and our destination today, we'll just have a look at the Wurm Roulette map here. So the marker landed here on Xanadu, so sort of like mid-southern area in the middle. And we are pretty much in that area. I'm just trying to figure out now where the heck we are. We were just looking at the community map, actually. We could look at this one as well, actually. So let me see, where are we? We should be... Let's just give this a moment to sort of res. Please don't crash on me. Please don't crash. Let's try this again. Xanadu. There. And here we go. So this castle, I am assuming it's this thing right here. Or is it that one? Let's have a look here. There seems to be something down below. So we are facing north, I think. No, we're facing... Hold on. We're facing east, so this is north. Okay. This is north, and there is these peaks over there. Oh, that looks pretty interesting. I wonder what the heck that thing is. And there is... Okay, there's a building down there, actually. Could it be this area, possibly? Let's go have a look. Yeah, I have a feeling we're right here right now. And the area we have to get to is... Looking at this map. So there's this little crease in the land, right at the end of the crease. So right about there, we have to find this. I'm guessing that is tundra or something like that. So basically, we need to find this road and get to this little red patch. That's where we're gonna plant the yeah. So this area, I think, is what we're seeing down below over there. If this is north, and we should find a little road. Oh, there was that. There's that bridge that I was looking at. No, that's not it. Okay, so there is this pavement. I'm pretty sure that we're in this area now. Yeah, there's lots of this vegetation. And there's a little sliver of sand right there, which is probably this sliver right there. Yeah, I think we're on the right track. And this bridge is probably this little ditch over here. And then if we continue north, we are still going north, aren't we? Yes. We should find a road turning right. Could it possibly be this one? Let's see. We were on, this was the road that we were coming earlier. And were we on, we were almost on the right spot earlier, if this is the one. So at the end of this, we should find some tundra. We shall soon see. That little red patch right there. Right there. Let's see. Or is it moss? Oh, shit. I'm not sure what would happen if we would go with a horse on that, but it looks like the bridge is already decayed. So we're not going to go on that. A little pheasant there. Standing around. And Fear Lucky, you always tell people that want to try out Wurm that if they're looking for instant gratification, then Wurm is not for them. That is absolutely true. It is a game that you play for a long time. Oh, hold on. Well, for once we're seeing a troll, by the way. Let's just get rid of this guy. I do hope I do have my weapon equipped, yeah. So he won't bother us. This is like a first fight with a mob today, which is quite amazing, to be quite honest. Oh, I'm completely out of stamina. Let's make sure we get our stamina up first. And we have to drink up as well. We've done so much like stopping and just wondering. There. That's better. Let's try this again. Never want to have a fight with a troll with your stamina completely depleted, because you're not going to do as much damage. Okay, troll, I'm ready for you now. Let's have at it. I'll show you who's the boss of this area. So, And yeah, there... Oh, a hole. Was there a hole up on the... It very well could be. I mean, there are... People have made mines into the mountains all over the place. So, could very well be. And seems to be... We're doing pretty well against this troll. He hasn't really given us much of a scratch. So we found this area of peat. Maybe the red area on the map here actually means peat. Could it be? We'll investigate it closer in a moment. Once we get rid of this guy. And Jaka, you're looking for something that you can dedicate an hour or two. Long term as well, just to sit back and relax. Which Wurm seems to excel at. Absolutely. Like, the thing I like about Wurm is that there is so much to do, but you never feel like you're rushed or that you're competing against anyone or that you have to try and do something first. I never feel like I have the pressure to grind in this game or... You know, I just go at my own little pace. I enjoy what I enjoy. If the skills go up, good. If they don't, that's fine as well. I just, you know, if I need to build something, I build it. But I don't really think too much about whether or not my skills are going up. They just sort of go up as a side bonus of me doing things in the game. And that's, I think, what makes Wurm so enjoyable, that you can just... You know, do your own little thing. And of course, you know, the lower skills you have, it is going to restrict what you can build. But that's, you know, part of the fun. The fact that you know, as your skills go up, you're going to be able to build nicer and nicer things. So, let's have a look at this thing. So, I see like 4 squares of peat over there. Could it be... Let's have a look here on the other map, actually. Let's look on the topographical version. That might give us some more information. So, right here. I'm almost wondering, could it be that... No, there's the road that we came along. So the road should be on the southern edge of this area. And if we go and stand here, and we face in this direction, yes, we're facing north. And there should be... I have a feeling that this patch here is where we are now. And that little square is this thing right there. And there should be another little patch of right in the middle of the peat. Yeah, it's probably this one. This one right here is probably that. And then if we go to the northeastern tip of this peat area, there should be a road right next to it. We can see that the road just... Actually, the road is the best indicator. If this turns a rigid left, then we're exactly where we thought we are. Let's just check. This should turn left, right. Oh, there you go. It turns left. Okay, so my navigational skills are working somewhat. And now, if we look at where we need to plant this sign... So... I think it's pretty much... in this peat area would probably be the perfect spot, actually. In this opening would be just the perfect spot to plant that sign. It's not going to be in... I mean, nobody's going to want to make a deed right here, I'm pretty sure. It's going to be a nice little opening. Let's put it along next to the road so you can actually see. If somebody goes along this road, they'll be able to see the sign as well. So... Let's see, what does it say? KatsPurr, Malena was here February 11th, 2020. And of course, this is going to decay away eventually, so it is no problem that it's going to sit there for a while. It'll decay after a few months. Good. We reached our destination, guys. And this was an amazing adventure in general, this stream today. I think we saw so many cool things today and had so many good discussions, and it was a very, very good Wurm Roulette, I think. Is there anything that we want to investigate? Let's just have a look at the isometric map once more and see if there's anything we want to investigate while we're here. So this indeed was this little piece over. Should we go and see what this is all about? Let's go see what that is, since we're so close by. So we should go directly north from here. So let's turn this way and go directly north, and we should bump into a road. I mean, it's so fun to just look at the map and see like where players have done things and just go and like marvel at what people have done. So let's go see what that's about before we wrap up the stream. And Shaky Dog, on your first full day back into the game this past weekend, you walked 6 hours from Glass Hollow to southeast shore of Hammer Lake, not far from where I am now. Thoroughly enjoyed the journey, and then you spent 3 hours learning and building your first 1x1 house. Oh, that's amazing, Shaky Dog. I love it. And that was with several trips circling back to get your stuff off bears and such. That sounds like an amazing adventure, very similar to how I first started as well, Shaky. I'm glad you're having such a good time. Jake, I guess you couldn't bear leaving your stuff behind. Friendly kitten. How many bear jokes? Jake is struggling to keep his bearings on this map. Friendly kitten. No wonder this stream was so bearable. Oh my gosh, guys, your guys' jokes. Well, I can't. I'm not one to say though, because I'm just the worst at jokes. My jokes are the absolute worst of them all. So, I was sort of looking at chat. I hope I didn't miss the road at some point. Let's have a look what we see up here. Oh, there we go. I was just gonna say that sometimes it's just so fun to just like go off randomly, like exploring. And you know what, guys? I have a sneaking suspicion, like look at this beautiful road that somebody's built, but it seems that nature has taken over these. So basically what happens is if you build a road in Wurm, if nobody has trod on those squares for a while, on those tiles, nature starts to take over, and it will break the tiling, the paving. And seeing all these trees here, I'm wondering whether or not this has been abandoned as well, because it looks like nobody's walked up this ramp for quite a while. I betcha it's abandoned. I bet it is. And yeah, sure enough, I do believe. Yeah, it's abandoned, guys. So this spot that we saw on the map right there, this is where I believe we are right now. Another abandoned deed. But this has been abandoned a long time ago, though. Because we don't see anything standing anymore. Oh shit, what's happening? There's something weird with this bridge and my horse. Oh gosh. Come on, horsey. Sometimes going on a horse on a bridge gets a bit wonky. So is there anything inside that cave? No, it's all empty. I wonder if this cave goes out the other side of the mountain. I'm not going to go in any farther. I'm in good company then, friendly kitten. Your jokes bear no ill will. Hello, Wolfmare. Nice to see you. It is a beautiful road, isn't it? Oh, sadly never finished. The tunnel to the east at one time went all the way through. I see. A good view from the other end. Oh, really? Huh. Let's have a look here. So if that's the entrance of the tunnel. And you're saying that it went all the way through and it had a nice view on the other side? I mean, we could go and see how far we can get. I wonder if let me just check the settings here. I want the low settings for the cave because I don't like the uneven. Let's see, cave detail low. Is it gonna update it? No, I'm gonna have to restart the let's just restart the client quickly. Okay, let's see. Just takes a moment for the lights to come on. So I have this special ring that Madnath gave me that illuminates everything. It just, there we go. There it goes. So now the floor is all nice and even, so we don't have to look at that sort of uneven cave floor. So we could ride through and see whether we can get through this tunnel. The walls do seem to be reinforced, so most likely this tunnel has not collapsed. Maybe apart from a few random tiles, perhaps. So let's go see if we can get through. Yeah, I think these are some collapsed tiles. Oh, there we go. That's the end. So we couldn't get any farther than that. Is there anything over here? Yeah, I do believe it's all collapsed now. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, we at least gave it a try. Oh, the eastern exit was up on a cliff, Wolfmare says. Oh, I can imagine that the view must have been beautiful. Oh, well. Yeah, and I'm not going to start, mining it out, that's for sure. Yeah, but it has been a grand adventure today, guys. I think this was one of the best of the Wurm Roulette streams that we've had so far. To be quite honest, not every time is going to be that interesting. Sometimes we've had really boring ones. And actually there was one Wurm Roulette that it was so boring I didn't even bother to save the VOD of it, and I didn't upload it to YouTube because it was so boring. But I think this was one of the better ones, to be quite honest. I thought it was a great adventure, and we saw so many cool places, beautiful landscapes, and I just love the fact that it's spring right now in Wurm. I think the game looks so pretty in spring, with the lush green grass and the flowers in the trees and this beautiful summery weather. So yeah, I think with these beautiful views as I head, I do believe I am heading west now. Let's just double check. As I head west, yes. I think I shall. This is the perfect opportunity to wrap up the stream. So, guys, thank you so much for spending this time with me and going on this exploration with me. I hope it, for those of you who are considering playing Wurm, I hope that this sort of showcased some of what makes this game so amazing and wonderful and unique. Oh my gosh, a dead gorilla down there. That's not something you see every day, that is for sure. And I think what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to put a route for myself. Where do we need to get to? We need the community map, actually. Let me just check. To see what village we need to get to. Barefoot Emporium. That would be a good one. So I don't have to stress about getting back to my boat. Barefoot Emporium. There we go. So now we're just going to follow the signs and I'll get back to my boat safe and sound. Yeah, Feral, that was a very nice coincidence that we happened to find your deed, and it was so pretty as well. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. And Wolfmare, oh, you just came when I came to the peat spot. Yeah, it was quite a nice adventure. I think that is a VOD actually worth watching. And Jaka, you can't speak for the old roulette runs, but it was really interesting seeing all the different landmarks, settlements, and ports. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jaka, and I hope we'll see you here in Wurm Online, even though you have Wurm Unlimited. I mean, let me just say that even if you start to play Wurm Online, your Wurm Unlimited purchase hasn't gone to waste, because you will absolutely have good use out of Wurm Unlimited, if for no other reason than just setting up your own private server and testing out different designs to see how they would look in Wurm. You can do that like in God mode. Like to build a building in God mode in Wurm Unlimited, it takes literally even minutes. Whereas in Wurm Online, it could take you hours, days, months. So it's a really nice tool to test out different designs in Wurm Unlimited. So in God mode on your own server. So absolutely not a waste. In fact, I recommend all Wurmians to have a copy of Wurm Unlimited just for that purpose alone. But yeah, thank you guys. I'm going to wrap up now, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. My next stream, I haven't been streaming very much in the past couple of weeks because I was working on some videos. But I think we should get back into some Red Dead Redemption streaming. So in the coming days, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing a Red Dead Redemption stream for a change. So yeah, I hope to see you guys later, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.